Hi, Tony Franquito here with Starship Gaia, where we explore quantum reality to lead a happier, healthier life. All right, in today's show, what we're going to do is go over a couple of different things where we're at in the Nasara Jasara as we're moving forward and what could potentially happen. I'll give a quick little opinion on that, but I'll also provide you some facts here as well. Executive Order 13848, we'll touch upon that briefly, and then we'll touch upon a bill that was the COVID bill that was passed as well that has some interesting things in it as well. Okay, so quickly, up off to my right, you're going to see a hologram. That is a holographic image. And what it does is it actually boosts your immune system. So while you're watching this, you're getting a free little boost in your immune system, all right, to help fight off disease and all of that good stuff. We'll get into more details with that later. I'm working with several people, and we'll be presenting more and more of these products as we move forward to benefit all of humanity. Okay, it's really, really wonderful technology, and the people I'm working with, are very, very plugged in, extremely brilliant, and we really look forward to bringing this technology to you. Now, just to give you a little background there, I do have, I have an engineering degree, and I also have some engineering training and technical training in high school, all the way through to where I became an R&D engineer, research and development. So, and it's all pretty much in plastics and a lot of different types of technologies that I brought forth in my corporate days as I was working as an engineer, and it was quite fun. So, I always went in with the attitude that I don't know anything. And it's always a great attitude to walk like that. I don't know anything. Because then it opens you up like a child like mine. You're open and receptive to receive something new. And that's really important, especially now when there's going to be so much revealed. When the matrix, the indoctrination, is that matrix of reality that's this fountain of lies that we've been fed, and we think we know something. We believe we know something, but it's really just a belief, right? It's not a knowing. You know that you take that apple, you drop it, it hits the floor, right, or hits the ground. You know that, right? But do we know what we've been taught in school? Probably not. We just took their word for it, right? Well, do I know, that let's say that do I know what Christopher Columbus did when he came over? No, I don't. I've only taken their word for it and whatever the text was. Did I do any research into that and see what it was all about? No, I did not. Okay, even I haven't done that. I've skimmed over it. Okay, but I don't know it. I don't know it. I only know what I learned in school. Right? Do we know what our Constitution is and our Declaration, how that works and functions, and where that came about? I didn't. I only knew what I had one course, one semester. I think it was in junior high or high school, something like that. And that was it. I was always taught some brief overview, right? Why wouldn't we be taught what the Declaration of Independence is and the Constitution is and the Bill of Rights is? We should know that backwards and forward because we, the people, govern. We should be taught how to govern. We rule, right? So do you know that? I don't know that. I'm learning it now, okay? So, and I've been on this journey since 2009, all right? I'm still learning a whole lot more. So the difference between knowing and believing, all right? Belief is just, I always have to question, is it a belief or is it a knowing? Do I actually know that that apple is going to drop when I let go of it? Well, yeah, pretty much. Can we always trust our eyes? No, that's a different topic. But I live in Hollywood and green screens, and you see the movies. We can't always trust our eyes. So we do have to do a bit of research, and we also have to use our intuition, okay? And let's stay out of fear, and it allows us to make those decisions a little better. So staying out of fear helps us a little bit out there too. Okay, I'm getting a little off topic. I can talk for hours, on this stuff. So just wanted to give you a brief overview of the difference between knowing and belief, and a little bit about my background and where I came from, because my job was to look at new technologies and always have that curious mind, curious about everything. And sometimes, I would actually look at something and there would be, a little bit of BS in there. So I would have to go, that doesn't seem right. Let me look into that a little bit, and then discover that somebody's trying to sell me snake oil, right? So you always have to investigate a little bit more. So that's kind of my background, where I come from, and I look at things from that perspective. That being said, let's jump right in here into this executive order. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Do the nice smooth transition here, and we're going to take a look at this executive order. It's 13848, right here, okay? September 12, 2018, imposing certain sanctions in the event of foreign interference in a United States, November the 3rd. I'm going to try to talk around some of these things so we can try not to get banned on YouTube, okay? So by the authority invested in me, blah, blah, blah. We get down here to find that the ability of persons located in a whole or sub or substantially part outside the United States to interfere or undermine public confidence in the United States, November the 3rd, including through the unauthorized accessing of November the 3rd and campaign infrastructure or the covert distribution of propaganda and disinformation. Covert distribution of propaganda and disinformation. Now, why do I stop there? Because who is doing this right now? Would this be mainstream media? Could be, when they know that they're pushing something that is disinformation, right? Constitutes an unusual and extraordinary threat to the national security and foreign policy of the United States. Oh, by the way, this here distribution of propaganda, disinformation, and we're going back to foreign interference. Well, these big conglomerates, there's only 6 of them that own most of the media and Hollywood and everything that's out there pretty much that we see and read these days, newspaper and the TV, even film, Hollywood, those types of things. They're pretty much owned by 6 companies, and you start looking at who owns these 6 companies and where they're getting their funds from. Would that be considered foreign interference? Well, you can do your own research, but I've done mine. So let's take a look at what else this thing has to say here. Let's see. Foreign powers historically sought to exploit free and open political system. In recent years, the proliferation of digital devices and internet-based communications has created significant vulnerabilities and magnified the scope and intensity of the threat of foreign interference. As illustrated in the 2017 Intelligence Community Assessment, I hereby declare a national emergency to deal with this threat. I hereby declare a national emergency to deal with this threat. Okay? So basically, what we're going to look down here later on, I'm not going to go through the rest of it, but it says that DNI, Department of National Intelligence, is to get a report to the president, and it gives them a time frame no later than 45 days. But when we look at what's happened here, and we look at, we must follow due process all the way through Congress. The due process is you have to go through the local level, where you go through the judicial, legislative, and executive branch on the local level, and then you got to do the same thing on the federal level, and all of that needs to be done, and that has been concluded on the federal level. So now we're still moving forward with this. Everybody who certified this November the 3rd in the House, okay, basically revealed all of they pop their heads up. They let you know what side they're on. They're a white hat or they're a black hat. So it's nice to see all of those guys, all of these people pop their head up when they do that. And recently you see Nancy Pelosi also trying to do things that are really not in accordance with the Constitution as well. So you start to see all of it's kind of like a squeeze that we're putting the bad guys into. They know there's the opposition there. They know that they're going down, and they're fighting, really to try to maintain their power. Okay, so that's what's going on here. And the more that we push them back, the more that the bad guys are going to pop their heads up. They're going to have to pick a side. Okay, they're going to have to pick a side. They're going to have to pick a side whether they're good or bad. And so we start to keep pushing them, and then these guys have to pick a side. Same thing with us as well. Are we, for life, God, and country, or are we for the evil forces, the adrenochrome, the pedophilia, and the Luciferian order that have been running the globe? All right, the globalist, whatever you want to name them, the New World Order. So right now, the good guys are winning. They have this under control. Remember, this has been going on for a very long time, and you have not been privy to it. I mean, it's now in our faces. The public can't, really stick their heads in the sand for but so long, because the things are really starting to come down. So we're going to be pushing forward. Let's see how it all plays out. We do know that we win. All right. So it's a matter of pushing this all forward and revealing it to the public to wake them up, so they're not, just shocked by this stuff. Okay, so it can really cause a lot of problems when you try to bang somebody over the head. The other thing is that this has been a long, drawn-out process. Remember, it's global. It's not just the United States. It's global, and what they're doing is they're clearing out the underground dumbs. They're clearing out all the all the players throughout the banking system, through the political system, through the health system, through the pharmaceutical system, everything. So all of this has to be done on a global scale. If we just do it here in America, then we leave them out there and other places, and then they can just come right back again. We don't want that. So this is a significant operation, and it's taken decades, to prepare and to set the traps and move this forward. This order, the Luciferian order, has been in play for hundreds of years, thousands of years on this planet, and it is now shifting. All right, so keep that in mind as we move forward. Stay out of fear. All right, doubt and worry. Now, we in order to do that, just pray a lot. Pray to God. Pray for President Trump's safety. Pray for the military out there, their safety and concern. Right. And the more we do that, the more we put that positive energy out there that helps everybody. Power of prayer is significant. Okay. And this is something that I found pretty interesting. I don't know, it seemed to get overlooked a little bit, but we have been, we are in the quantum reality. That's part of we're going to be discussing here. What's quantum reality? And I do astral projection, and I have been up talking to a couple of different aliens. And at first, I didn't know what was going on. And as I discuss this with more and more people, the more and more I find out that what I'm experiencing is an absolute truth, and it's amazing. We are very powerful human beings. So the COVID-19 bill started a 180-day countdown for UFO disclosures. This is December 29th, 2020. So what's really interesting in this bill, the $2.3 trillion bill, that we counted down to the Pentagon and spy agencies to say what we know about UFOs. Let's see. There is Senate directs the Director of National Intelligence in consultation with the Secretary of Defense and heads of such other agencies to submit a report within 180 days, at 6 months, of the date of the enactment of the Act, to the Congressional Intelligence and Armed Services Committees on Unidentified Aerial Phenomena. Isn't that cool? The report must address observed airborne objects that have not been identified, and should include a detailed analysis of unidentified phenomena, data collected by A, geospatial intelligence, B, signals intelligence, C, human intelligence, and D, measurement and signals intelligence. Measurement and signals intelligence would be like sensors and things like that, where we would pick these things up, whether it's radar, let's say, for example, you would see something, okay? And there are all different types of instruments that they could use to do that. So must contain a detailed analysis of data of the FBI, which was derived from investigations of intrusions of unidentified aerial phenomena data over restricted United States airspace, and an assessment. The ... by the way, means there's stuff in there, but we're skipping right to the heart of the matter. So, and an assessment of whether this unidentified aerial phenomena activity may be attributed to one or more foreign adversaries. So this is really cool. There's a lot of stuff that's going to be divulged over the course of this next year. As we move forward. So this is really going to be an amazing time. Um, Now, there are so many things to talk about, and I don't want to drag this on, but this is really interesting. As we talked about, the Luciferian Order, does, the Illuminati, the New World Order, however you want to, we can name it, all different types of names. They do worship a specific being, and that would be an off-world being that they worship, okay? And you're going to find out that there's a whole lot more of those beings on this planet than what we're led to believe. So again, believe. We're going to get into a knowing. A lot of this information is going to come out. Yeah. So that being said, let me pop back over, and we're going to see if we can transition this back. Say, hey, okay, well, all right. Looks like it's smooth transition there as we did that. So I'm getting a little better with this technology. It's a whole new setup for me. So we're gonna get better. Okay. Hopefully, when we get a little bit more viewership, we'll get some other speakers on here. We can talk to them because I have a lot of guests I'd like to bring on, but we just don't have the viewership right now to bring them on. But some of the things I am going to do one on why people are so hypnotized, okay, and what techniques did they use to do it, okay? The Cabal, the New World Order, the Luciferians, and all of those things. So I'm going to do one show on that, and I don't know if I'll be able to put that in YouTube, but if I don't put it on YouTube, I'll put a little intro so you can come see me over on Rumble and BitChute, okay? So with that being said, I think that's it for now. Just remember that we do win, okay? So you're in good hands. Our military, there were over 200 generals here that signed on to making this Nassar moving forward. We had, 199 countries sign on, to this moving forward, okay? So it is moving forward. And we have a lot of white hats globally moving forward, all right? A lot of this pedophilia, human trafficking is going to come down. There's executive orders out there for the human trafficking and so on. So it's just a tremendous amount of good things happening, and soon a lot of this will be revealed. It's just timing is everything, okay? So we have to push these bad guys into a corner, allow the people to pick their sides, and then start moving forward with these arrests. Oh, I know what I wanted to say. My opinion. One strategy the White Hats could make, okay? They could wait until the inauguration to do their, the reveal to the public. Maybe Biden does get inaugurated, and then right there he's arrested. Right there on national TV, all that. Wouldn't that be something, right? Wouldn't that be something? That would be a great reveal, right? And help wake up the people who are so hypnotized, that the only thing they believe is what they see on TV. So maybe that's what the plan is. I don't know. I'm only speculating. This plan is quite involved, and we don't know the chess moves the bad guys are going to take, or the good guys are going to take, the black hats and the white hats. How it's all going to play out. So, but rest assured, there is mountain of evidence to move forward, and we are moving into a brighter future. Okay, so quick prayer for everybody. God bless all of our military and the people who are working behind the scenes to bring this forward across the globe. We wish them the very best in their health and safety for them, themselves, their families, as we move forward, and ourselves. Give us the strength to walk without fear and compassion. Walk with compassion for those who are still just waking up or still asleep. As we move forward, give us the strength to be able to walk with knowing that things are taken care of, all right? And not be swayed by all that nonsense that's going on out there, okay? It is a time of awakening. So let's awaken to a brand new future, okay? Let's hold that vibration and move forward. So blessings, everybody. A big shout out to my military friends out there. There's a few guys that might still be watching, gals and guys out there that I know that are in the military, and I really wish them the very best and thank them for their service. And all those who have served, we very much thank you for your service, all right? With that, peace and blessings. Thank you for joining me on this starship where you are a crew member and passenger exploring quantum reality. Blessings, everybody. Wrong one.